we are going to go on with the contest. We've got another exhibition bout scheduled for one fall. Your referee for this contest, Mr. Nick Knox.
Coach Will returning after a defeat at the return of the Renegades, but this audience don't care about that. Doesn't matter win or loss the last time they saw him. They still love Coach Will here at the RWA.
You know, Coach Will is someone that inspires the everyman. You don't look at Coach Will and you don't see a superstar, you don't see a rock star physique, but you see someone that you can relate to. You see yourself in Coach Will, and that's what I think the bulk of his success is built upon.
Oh, this is uncalled for.
He's saying he's not a legitimate competitor, that he's just donned the stripes, and that's not true. That is not true in the least. He has come long and far as a competitor over the years.
Oh, wait a second. Wait, up and big back body drop.
You can only insult a man so many times. Big swing and a miss by Tubuff.
Oh, he is out.
And that one lands clean.
Tubuff is what you'd call a why person. You know, the kind of person that hears you talk about your dreams and your aspirations and says why. He needs to find why not people. That's exactly who Coach Will is, a dreamer.
Well, Coach Will is showing him why you should not insult a man and belittle him. Always, always estimate your opponent properly. Well, quick cover here, very well done.
The way this night's been going, that could have been it.
It certainly could have been. I mean, folks, keep your eyes peeled. This action has been fast, hot, and heavy.
Coach Will lining up for something big. Wait a second, did you see that? The Buff Dad got involved. Tubuff going for a backstabber.
Right outside of our referee's vantage point. Tubuff, that's not a wise choice right there. Switching leverage points during a pin. I mean,
he was trying to confuse him, but it did not work out to his benefit.
Clearly it didn't, you know.
The gall of Tubuff. Coach Will trying to transition from a referee into a wrestler, and you know what? It's a long, hard road to do that. But we saw Anthony Green do that. He wound up in the WWE.
Yes,
Coach Will has role model. Wait a second, come on now.
Oh no, this is starting to resemble more of a 2-on-1 beatdown and a lot less of a singles competition. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm a bit upset.
You know, I spoke with the Buff Dad earlier, and I figured he might not be a big part of the game plan, considering that the only bones that are getting any lubrication in that old body are his hips.
Well, I'm not going to venture into that man's personal life, but I will say this. He is known to over-participate, if you will, in a multitude of matches in the past.
That was a close call right there. 2 and an extra long, not one, for sure.
Coach Will has got to find that second wind, and you know he's got that high gear. But I think what happened is he was so incensed, and he had so much fury in the beginning of this matchup that I think he could have very well gassed himself out.
It's very, very possible, especially this early in your career. You don't know how to gauge, you don't know how to meter, your internal clock isn't where it needs to be. And he might have expended all of his energy in the first inning, forgetting that this is a 9-inning game at the end of the day.
Absolutely. You know, here's the thing. Two Buff knows how to get underneath somebody's skin. That is certainly his greatest talent that he brings to the wrestling ring.
And both of these guys need the win. Both of them had championship opportunities at the return of the Renegades. Both walked away without those championships. Tonight is a make or break on the future for both of them.
Keen observation there, Derek. Wait a minute. Oh! There's some brazen maneuvers there. If you notice, Buff Dad just got a hold of Coach Will's jersey. Come behind the referee's back. Yeah, these cheap shots are starting to add up, sincerely. And Two Buff with another cover here.
That was a kick out, and that was 2.9. These cheap shots are getting expensive.
They certainly are, my friend. And they're starting to take their toll out on Coach Will. This has not been a fair matchup thus far.
You talk about him. You talk about the Buff Dad over-inserting himself in his son's matches. I wouldn't say it that way. I'd just say consider it always a handicap match.
Oh, deep crank on that neck breaker.
Deep crank on that pelvic thrust.
He stalls a little bit too long, and Coach Will now.
Wait a minute.
Seizing the
Rolls
moment.
All the weight. Oh, that was close.
Very well timed schoolboy pin by Coach Will. It looks like he might be finding that second wind I was talking about earlier.
Wait a minute, scoops him up. Got him up on the shoulder. Coach Will going for some damage here. Oh, wait, come on, not again.
This is starting to become quite blatant. Big swing and a miss by Two Buff. Coach Will hits him square in the breadbasket, and it looks like he wants to round those bases.
Two Buff tried to take advantage of the opportunity afforded to him by his father, and now he is eating buckles one at a time. Coming up on, that's a triple. Could we see a home run, Bobby?
That's what we're looking for here.
And we are out of the park. Home run for Coach Will. Now he has to make a cover.
Could he have expended too much energy yet again? You can see him breathing kind of heavy, readjusting the tights. Oh, that lands clean. Beautiful back elbow.
And I don't know what Buff Dad's doing on the outside, but it got the attention of the referee. He's got him scooped, looking for something.
Two Buff in the clutches of Coach Will. Big fall away slam.
Like a bag of garbage. He needs to go for the cover. We've got a cover, referee position 2. He probably could have put a little bit more weight on those shoulders. You also got to remember, experience is a big factor. Coach Will just transitioning into wrestling. Two Buff been in the business quite a bit of time. I mean, it's been 5 years since he's been back. Looking for that big swing right in the face. Oh, come on, look at this. 1, 2, 3. This Coach Will should have won this contest.
The amount of interference that has taken place in this matchup, in my opinion, you are hinging on a no contest. At what point?
Wait, come on. He just threw that at the referee's face. Oh!
You've got to be kidding me. Not like this. Not like this. Coach Will has been put through the ringer, and he's clearly been taking on 2 men at once during this matchup.
That's got to be it. You know, I don't know, Bobby Rossi. That was not what I expected. I expected a back-and-forth contest, which we kind of did get. But with all the outside interference from the Buff Dad totally took any of that respect and steam off of this victory that Two Buff was looking to achieve.
Look, it's typical Buff Incorporated business. That's what goes on, Derek. Anytime Two Buff is outside of the driver's seat, you have the Buff Dad going in there, running interference. I think the powers that be need to take a good look at the footage of what happened here tonight and maybe reassess the referee's decision. But I'm just a simple sandwich man. Don't quote me.